All right, I got to be honest with you. I'm coming off one of the better days I've had in a long time. So I am truly grateful that I was never beckoned forth by the siren song, lured into the water just to be rendered into chum, floating there chunks, blood, and water. I am so grateful it's went the other way for me. Now, this appears to have some features. Charlotte Wessel, I am familiar with, not very well, but some. Myrkur, I have no clue there. EPICA, we enjoy. Their singer, I actually hear in the kitchen almost every day. I have, she's recorded on Arion's Transitus. And I have a human equation on my playlist. That the day that the day the world breaks down, and I don't know if she was on that show or not. Man, here's what I think: fire. And this is just a bonus. So sorry if you thought I was just gonna push play and drool. It is a bonus for Robert. He was informing a couple of the ladies out there that they should go check this out, but the link would disappear. And even though I didn't heart that or acknowledge it, I want him to know I read it, found it, and here we are. I figure this is that one bonus moment that makes all of them. Dude, man. Come on. You got like, you ready to. I need another hand. But hearts and flame emojis to you, my friend. You've been keeping this bus running for a long time. Sirens of Blood and Water. Supported by Robert out there. For the love of other subscribers to check out. I'm just a conduit on this one. Thank you, Robert. Ladies, I hope you enjoy. He thinks you might. I've done my job. I feel pretty good about shit. All right, and let's just be fair, because the ladies yesterday with Dan Vask. Ladies, here we go. I mean, I have no ill intent. I just believe that she's incredibly beautiful. On top of everything else, she's in the short list of old Rollen simps over this. I just think she's an attractive young lady, and what a gene pool. There, I gotta be honest.
It shimmers like gold, blossoms like flaming fire. In your garden they grow, all the corals and pearls at the heart of the world. All the castles of Amber await your return. Little sister, the sun is sleeping. Come with me before crimson fills the air. Every creature below is weeping for your fate. So take my hand now. life is sharp, plunge it into his heart, send his soul to the heavens, far above the stars. Shed no tears over him, guilt and sorrow don't swim. Once you dance on the waves, you will find love. Will you take a step up for me, sweet sister? Don't linger. Come on into the water, 'cause I'm a lost finger, and I miss you. Will you take a step up for me, sweet sister? Don't linger. Come on into the water, 'cause I'm a lost finger, and I miss you. So handsome in his salt sailor skin, bathe in the sea like a child living free. Tonight I dance and laugh at defeat. A dying heart, bleeding feet, I'll return to the
I knew it. See, that's why I'm glad I got it out of the way at the beginning. Because the Sirens, as beautiful and tempting, as alluring as they may be, are nothing but trouble for a seaman. Yar! I'm just saying, there's too much old pirate. Oh, too much pirate in these boards. They distracted me with their beauty. And they were going to pull me down to the bottom and turn me to chum. Oh, no, that's actually really good. But there's a lot of pirate reactions on the channel that says, stay away from the Sirens. And what do you do with the fish parts anyways? You know, the bottom half is either fish or monster, mutant, something. You're being distracted. That's why there's blood in the water, because of that pretty song. I'm just playing. You should have known. Yeah, I get you. That's you, Seaman.
We are the citizens of the sea, inside the waters we are free. Will you take a step up for me, sweet sister? Darling,
Sorry, that shot was actually, that was
we are the citizens of the sea, inside the waters we.
I find that oddly enticing and wonderful. I'm really glad that is in there. For me, that feeds the idea that that my jokes are jokes, but shit, they knew exactly what they were thinking of, right? Come on, the legend's older than you know, definitely older than symphonic metal. We'll go with that. But that is didn't know I would be oddly intrigued by that, but I really am. The applications seem, well, incredibly limited, to be truthful. But there seems to be a couple applications where I can see that coming in handy. And, you know, I'm going to leave that to your imagination. And but, man, yeah, who knew? I'll be damned. Here's the thing. I don't think I'm sure it exists, but I don't think I've ever seen this idea in app before. And this is how I ruin all the movies for my honey. Um, it happened just the other day. We were watching The Informant. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Doesn't matter. I'm not trying to upsell it. I'm just saying there's a scene where he punches this vehicle, and by the dent that he leaves, it looked like he went a little harder than maybe he was intending. And then a little bit later, which they don't always shoot movies in a linear fashion like that, but all of a sudden there's this scene and his hand just came into scene once, and I caught it and I paused and I'm like, look at his third knuckle is the size of a grapefruit. Dude didn't just act that shit. He broke a knuckle punching that truck or something. And, just kept went on acting. I like noticing that weird shit. For some reason, that's, I guess, I'm not diagnosed, but I guess it's part of a diagnosis I should probably have. I am stuck. I don't even want to leave the moment because that's it. I'm not going to come back like some weirdo when we're done. This is it. But I'd like to add this to my the fantasy element to my thinking, and I don't even mean horrifically. I'm now thinking as the conjunction of the monster, where the monsters actually joined. I've seen in, I think, animation where under the water line is just one big slimy monster, right, with three super hot tentacles. Yeah, now, who knew a tentacle could pull itself off as a hot siren? But they did, and it was great animation. Or the mermaid-esque sirens from, I think that was, doesn't matter. Point is, I really like this because you got this weird kind of witchy, let's be blunt there at the end, witchy, blood sacrificey thing going. But then with the theme, and we didn't even look at the lyrics, so I'm thinking, I'm very impressed for what was literally just incredible eye candy over a kick-ass song. The idea here at the end, I think, is exceptional from a like storytelling perspective. All of my simping aside, I love movies more than anything on this earth. Turns out I didn't want to see the actresses naked, and I don't want to buy a supercar. So making movies wasn't going to happen for me. It turned out, and then I'm not weird, and I don't like making art films. I want to make system movies, but on, a limited budget and, not exploitative of whatever. I got burned by the people I made a movie with. Yeah, no, some guys shouldn't make movies because they've just not seen enough breasts in their life. And their intention was always, to just get actresses naked instead of, they didn't care what the story was as long as they could write sex scenes into their films. And I'm like, I'm tripping out over some hair braided together because that was the fucking hottest, coolest, most idea-filled image in this entire video. I was doomed to fucking fail. I'm really grateful I saw it the first time and freaked out. Now I talk about this with Ange all the time. I think the second edit was for the cheap seats. It wasn't even necessary. The first time was so perfect. So subtle and perfect that it actually, to me, it screamed the metaphor for the monster. And then I think when you're going and re-editing stuff, you see that, and then you realize that the average viewer doesn't have that kind of attention span and isn't even constantly staring at something. Like they can't stare at it undivided attention for 4.5 minutes because life comes at you quick. I'm being judgmental of a very small portion of society. I'm thinking that the people who are here love this. Wish I would have shut up and we could have just listened to the song. Down in the description's a link to the original. You can now go do that ad nauseum. Knock yourself out. You find every part you love. You can rewind the parts you enjoyed. Or put it on repeat and just bang that shit all day. I am very impressed. Oh. I was thoroughly, actually, I really liked it. And I'm thinking I heard a couple lines in there. I think the lyrics lent to the whatever I was seeing there at the end. I think that's great. I think the song was pretty chill. That was a good song. The entire experience was incredibly good. And I got something there that I will never forget. I made sure I put that in. We sunk that home. It's see it's so fast you can't even find it with like the just the instant preview. You'd have to go back but I'm good. One of the better ideas I've seen in a long time took place in EPICA, Sirens of Blood and Water, featuring Charlotte Wessels, Myrkur. I mean nothing but respect. That shit was fire. Later.